So damn loud. All right, try talking. Let's see if I get your body on here.
Yeah, check 1 2 check.
All right,
check
we're
1 2.
here. Welcome to the new cool dotSlashGaming podcast, where we have really cool music playing in the background. Hopefully, it's not too distracting. I feel like I need to use a more softer voice because the sound.
It's probably not. It's probably fine.
It's like.
I know you got to do like the mood.
It's like this. Yeah, we need like better music. This is very chill.
Super chill. We don't want to put. So we don't. So we don't want to put people to sleep. We actually want people to watch.
But what if our voices are just that soothing and they're enjoying it?
Could be. Maybe I gotta tone it down. I gotta mellow it out.
Yeah, mellow it out a little bit. Just grab a drink and relax.
No.
Hey everybody, welcome back to an episode of dotSlashGaming. My name is Kevin, and I'm here with Daniel tonight, and we're going to talk about the latest video game releases, news, and anything else we can think of. Hopefully we have you in the chat. Feel free to leave us a message, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. What if I sound like a voicemail?
It is. Gosh. I was waiting for the beep actually.
For the beep.
The beep. Actually, a lot of exciting stuff came out this week.
Yeah, there was quite a bit of things this week.
Got excited to talk about some more things in depth. And of course, we had the Nintendo, or not Nintendo, but the Pokemon.
It was brought to you by Nintendo. We can say Nintendo.
Yeah, we can say Nintendo. What do they call it? Pokemon. It's not Pokemon Direct. Kind of like Pokemon Direct. Pokemon Presents. That's what it is. Pokemon Presents was today. That's pretty.
Pokemon.
Another topic.
Well, I was hoping somebody would be here to watch us live, but there's nobody. It's just us. Because no one's checking our audios. So if you're in the chat, let us know if the audio sounds okay.
Yep, just give us a shout.
So sad. So sad. I'm just like playing with it because I'm like, I don't know if it sounds loud.
I'm sure it's fine. I could unmute it.
Okay, hang on. We're going to do a live check here. I got to turn it off in my head because the whole show I'm just going to be vibing. Got to turn it off so it doesn't pop in. There we go.
I think we're good.
Let's do a live listen. So everyone listening live, you can see what we go through every week behind the scenes when we have a whole crew here.
Yeah.
dotSlash. I should probably open this up on every device I have too, so that way we get more viewers. That would help us. Oh, see, the music's a little loud. Wow, my voice is horrible.
Turn the music. You can turn the music a bit.
There we go. I didn't realize how much of a delay there was.
Big delay.
Alright. Alright, turn it down. Let's just see how it sounds now. Why is it still so loud?
Yeah, the music's too loud, I feel like.
Why is it so loud? It shows it just like barely even on. Alright, I'll just turn it off.
Sorry, guys.
Thanks for hanging in there. This was a test and trial we had here.
We're going to edit all this out.
Yeah. Well, I usually trim the beginning out anyways when we do our... Why is it still playing music? It's off. How do you stop it?
I don't know why it's still going.
I'm just closing Spotify. This thing has to stop.
It's still... This is ridiculous.
Why is it still playing? Oh my god. It's a wreck.
It's not playing anymore.
Okay.
Good. I'm gonna
It's over now.
myself.
Still playing it.
Whatever.
Okay.
We'll just go.
Good. It's done.
All right.
Done.
We're fine.
All right. It's starting over. Rewind. We're here again. All right. Yeah, for everybody watching live, that was live. That was not pre-scripted. This is real.
For everybody watching live, that was live. Holy shit.
All right, welcome back to dotSlashGaming. This is episode 5. My name is Kevin, and I'm here with Daniel tonight, and we're here to talk about video games, video game news, and other video gaming related things. So, Daniel, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. A lot of stuff came out this week. A lot of stuff's coming out in March, so we got a lot to talk about. So
we do have a lot.
Pretty excited to dive into it. So actually,
we can really just jump right in since there's nobody else here.
You
can tell it's a kind of a bare chat room tonight with just Dan and I holding down the fort. And then we also had to move this to Monday night because we had a lot of scheduling conflicts. So I think we're gonna try to keep it on Monday nights. But we'll see if this is consistent where it's just the two of us. Maybe Sunday night is where it needs to be again. So. If you could let us know in the chat if you like this time better, that would be great. All 0 of you. Perfect. All right. So, Dan, what have you been doing since we've last talked? It's been about a week. What have you played?
It's been around a week. Last podcast, we did talk about game servers that were up. We do have a Valheim server that is closed for registration.
Closed.
We have a full server. We have more than full. So we have 16 people in the server, and only 10 can play at a time. So that means 6 of you have to wait if there's 10 people on. So I just closed it down, but it's great news for the guys that are on there. We have a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool villages. I'm going to post some pictures, some in-game pictures of people's buildings and stuff. We got some guy building like a huge wall. It's like the Great Wall of China, to be honest.
That's
it's like a huge stone
wall.
wall.
Talking about that.
I don't know. It's so that's going really cool. And Valheim is actually, well, we'll talk about it later, but it is releasing out for the Xbox in March.
Yay.
Don't know if it's going to be cross-platform or not. I don't see them doing that. The multiplayer is kind of funky as it is. So we'll see. But they are releasing it for Xbox. So those people that haven't played it on PC,
the full cross-play support will ensure that you can play together with your friends no matter what platform you're playing on.
Google is your friend.
Wait, hang on. Valheim is now available in the Microsoft Store and included PC Game Pass and Xbox release due early 23.
There you go.
So that's what it says. So it's full crossplay.
full crossplay, so you can play with your friends on console. I mean, that's cool. I wonder if they'll increase the max concurrent players then, because 10 is. I don't think that's going to do it.
Is this game really that good? Like, am I missing out like a ton?
I think you're missing out.
I did play it when it came out for a little bit, but I don't usually do survival type games. Like, maybe I've never.
It doesn't have to be survival though. It's kind of sandboxy too, like almost like Minecraft.
Well,
where
but I've never really even played Minecraft before.
It's pretty creative. So if you like building stuff, or
Daniel,
well, then it's not for you. It's not for you.
Okay,
this game
will
is
say
not for you.
I played at launch for a little bit with some friends, and I did enjoy the house building and like that kind of stuff. But I think I got turned off because they played way more than I did, and I was behind. And then I didn't have very good gear, and I just was like holding everybody up, so I kind of stopped playing. But you did just say it was full anyway, so I can't play. So
yeah, I was gonna say in our server, everybody's in a different spot. We got people that just started, and then we have people that are about to go to the new content, which is Mistlands. I am not even in that content.
Can you play?
Silver.
Can we use our server that we have on different consoles, or do you have to play on PC?
Well, you said it was crossplay, so I'm assuming that our server could be connected to on Xbox.
Okay, because I'd love to play sit on my Xbox and play this.
I mean, here's the thing: we can have more people, right? But if we allow more people to join the server, that's going to be more people that are going to have to wait, play.
I see.
There's going to be like a waiting list. I feel like we're going to have to start a separate wing of dotSlashGaming, just like a waiting.
The waiting list one.
The waiting room.
We should get one of those. I saw some Discords have like a pay channel where they get to hang out with the hosts and stuff. I do that on one of them. I support them. I pay $5 a month to support them. I can just like talk to them whenever I want. I feel cool. Anyways, back to gaming. What else have you been playing? Hogwarts still?
Well, I have not played Hogwarts because another game released Tuesday. My wife and my daughter have been playing Hogwarts.
Buy another copy of it.
They've been playing it. I've been kind of listening to it a little bit, but I've been preoccupied with playing Valheim. Since it's our server, I wanted to make sure we actually play it. And then of course, I don't want to segue too much into this, but talking about what I've been playing. So Sons of the Forest came out Tuesday.
Woohoo. Right.
And it was a disaster. So before we get into the actual gameplay, Sons of the Forest dropped and was supposed to drop at noon, 12 EST on Tuesday. Did not release on the Steam store until 1 p.m., 1300.
What happened?
At the same time, another game was releasing at 1 p.m. Do you know what game that was?
No.
Company of Heroes 3.
Oh.
So that was that's a big deal for the people that like the RTS, right? So I'm a big RTS fan. I did not purchase Company of Heroes 3. Not too keen on it. But because of those coinciding releases and the hype, there was a lot of hype around Sons of the Forest. It was the most wishlisted game.
That's so surprising to me. Like, when the original came out, was it really that popular?
Yes. So
why do I not know what this is? Like, I just saw it as like a discounted title on Steam. That's all I know about it.
We can't play videos yet, can we? Can't.
No, it kind of, but the audio is still. So just we'll close our eyes and pretend.
Well, the Forest was still popular to this day. There were still 20,000 or so people playing it concurrently on Steam.
I don't know.
For a game that released.
I never really heard of this game. Like, I know nothing about it.
Well, you said you're not a fan of survival games.
But I'm still pretty in the world of gaming. Like, I know I've heard of the Forest, and it was just like, to me, like, what's that other one that's like a green
Hell.
Green Hill?
Green Hell.
Hell or Hill? Hell.
Hell.
Like Satan.
Hell. Like, yep.
Hell.
Like hell.
I thought those were like the same thing, but apparently Green Hell's not.
Oh, man, we're canceled.
God. I started a
They're
gaming
not the same.
website, and like the only genre of game I don't play is survival, and literally the whole site is all survival gaming and
It's all-
hardcore RTS. Like, I
That's what you
want my
said the
happy
last time,
Nintendo
too.
shit. Where is that? Where's the happy
It's
comfy
co- it's,
corner with Mario
it's
and all of his
common.
friends?
We're gonna get to Nintendo.
No.
Well, at least the Pokemon side of things.
Yeah,
a
that
little
was
bit
not
later.
fun, family friendly. That was pornography. What we saw earlier.
It was. Oh,
That
we'll get
was
to
not
that in a
good.
little bit. So Suns drops with company heroes, right? we gotta get away from that for a second. Suns drops with company heroes on Steam, and Steam totally shits out. The Steam goes down, and I'm not saying just for that game. It was for everything. Their cart went down, everything went down, and it was down for about an hour, maybe more than that. I think it was right around an hour that you could not purchase any game on Steam. You couldn't even view your cart. You could do nothing.
That sounds
And they
miserable.
blamed it. They blamed it on. They blamed it on Sons of the Forest. A lot of people blamed it on Sons of the Forest. There was a lot of hype. Everybody was trying to hit F5 and break their keyboard as fast
How much
as
does this game
possible.
cost?
$30. That's it.
Like, should I be buying this game? Is it that good?
No. And I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I beat this game in 5 hours.
So it's early access. This game is not
It's
done.
early access. So here's what happened with Sons of the Forest. I'm going to give you all the nitty-gritty without having any spoilers. They have finished. They have finished. Yeah, you're not going to buy this. Let's be honest.
$30 for a game that's not done. I don't like that.
$30 for a 5-hour game. And there's going to be people that are going to watch this or listen to this podcast, and they're going to disagree. But I think it's valid. Here's why.
I think it's valid.
They just pulled the early access card 2 weeks before the release date. So rather than postpone it or delay it like every other game that we've seen come out this year, they said we're going to launch an early access instead.
So they just cut like half the game out and put it out there, is what you're saying.
They didn't even have it finished.
So they just cut off the loose ends and said, here's what we have?
Here's what we have. So they have a beginning and they have an end. And the ending is garbage.
I didn't think those games were worse than the original.
The Forest has a story. Sons of the Forest has a story, but there's no middle. So you have a beginning of the story, you have an end of the story, and their plan in the roadmap is to release the lore for the middle of the content. But here's my problem. I've already beaten the game. I know how it starts. I know how it ends. I don't give a shit.
So you're gonna go back now
the middle.
and play it when the middle comes out?
I'm never gonna go back. I'm never gonna go back. There's no reason. I know how it ends. And I know how it started. I don't care about the middle. That's the worst part to leave out.
I thought these survival games are not like a game that you beat. I thought this is like an ever-going like thing that you just always
play. You can base build. So here's some of the positives. The base building is definitely improved. It actually feels fun to build a treehouse. You build a base, all the while trying to dodge cannibals and stuff like that. And they even have a peaceful mode if you don't want any enemies in the game and you just want to. It's just the core gameplay is bad. It's bad. You can outrun everything. You don't, even if you have enemies enabled, you can outrun deer, for example. That's realistic. I don't know about you, but I can't run faster than deer and hunt it down and hit it with a spear over the face.
You can.
Yeah. So the point is that the core gameplay. I don't give a crap about the middle content. That's the thing that you're going to add. The core gameplay it's worse than the original in my opinion. And I think they rushed it. I think they have a bad product. It's sloppy.
Sounds horrible.
I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't even recommend it on sale. I don't know what content they're going to add with this roadmap and getting out of EA. Even out of EA, I just don't see it fetching a $30 price tag. I think they really shit the bed on what was a great idea with the original game. They had so much opportunity to make everything better. They said that the AI was better. I think it's worse. Uh, some of it doesn't function the way that it's supposed to. And all the trailers that you'll see, if you ever look it up, all the trailers seem to be little moments that they've captured that never happened to you in game. You know what I mean? So like they captured like the AI doing, a cannibal doing something like, you know, taking something from your base or stealing from you or something like that. Um, I've only seen it one time, and it was irrelevant. It
So
wasn't even
why did you continue to play this game after you found out it sucked?
because I had to beat it.
Why? Why would you not just wait until like the rest of it came out? Because you didn't want to play it again?
Because it's already out. Yeah, I wasn't gonna play it again.
Because I know
I
that
played it
like
with a group of friends too,
okay,
and they
that
were all
helps.
playing it. Um, and then my other buddy had joined a day later after we already got so far in it, and so I was like, man, I wasn't even gonna pick this up, and I told him that. I said I wasn't even gonna continue to play this game, but
Now this makes
you came in, so I was like, oh, I'll play. I'll fire it up. Let's turn on the old computer. And it still was terrible.
how do
And then
you
so he played it for 3 hours and agreed. he thought the same.
how do you feel about the like not the change because the game was supposed to be delayed, but how do you feel about early access in general? Because I just recently what was the game? Slime Rancher 2 came out, and I really enjoyed the first one. I played a ton of it, sunk myself deep into that game, got addicted to it, maybe a long weekend and maybe another weekend, and I finished it. Slime Rancher 2 came out, early access. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do the same thing. This whole weekend, I got myself some drinks, picked up a pizza, I'm ready to play. And all of a sudden I'm blocked after the first like 2-3 hours. It's like, oh, you really can't do anything else. These are all blocked. You can't go here. You can't go here. So I just stopped playing. I don't know if that's a better way of doing it than what your game did, where it like gave you the ending but no middle. This kind of gave you the beginning, like some hints of the middle and nothing of the end, and it still pissed me off.
Well, I think it would have been better in your case. Like, why would you leave out the middle? No one cared. If you are gonna release it in early access, release the beginning and the middle content. Like you were saying, why would
Right.
you? Why would you have me play through your whole story, right, from start to finish,
Yeah. And
and
leave
then
out.
expect me to come back in a year when you've
It's
added
like
the middle lore that no one really
it's
gives
like
a shit about anyway?
episodic. Like if you were doing The Last of Us, but episode 1 came out, then episode 2, and then they released episode 7, and they're gonna come back and get 3, 4, 5, and 6 later. Like
Matt, with only one T, what game are you referring to? Are you referring to the Slime Rancher or the game that I'm talking about with the middle
yeah,
the
so I'm
middle
talking
take?
about Slime Rancher 2, which is an early access game that came out, and then he was talking about Sons of the Forest, which just came out recently. That is another early access game where they kind of gave you the beginning, no middle, and then the end of the game. So both of us are pretty against this early access stuff. There's a lot of benefits I can see for the developers and the publishers for it, but
Yeah.
as a gamer, it kind of does suck.
It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't make me want to come back to it. And I feel like I just spent $30 for a 5-hour game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty. Did you look at it? I mean, you can look up screenshots. The graphics are very nice.
I
But
did
like I said,
not.
the core gameplay to me is
Just bad.
just not there.
So what's
It's
the
just bad.
okay? Last thing on this because I'm sure we're running along with it. But what is the best survival type game that is like this? Then, if this is not a good one,
Ooh, see, that's tough. See, now you're gonna get me in trouble.
oh god.
In my opinion, my I would say if you're okay, if you want to get into survival games and you want a AAA experience, you want something that's not from like Don't Starve, right? And you don't want something like that. I would say I would start with a game called Icarus. Okay, it
Okay.
is. It was released December 2021. Right now it's $35.
How do you spell that? I'm trying to look this up.
Icarus.
Icarus survival game. A
So
PvE survival game.
this game right here
Mixed reviews, Daniel, on
launched.
Steam.
Okay, yeah, I'm getting to that. See, launched terribly.
Okay.
So this is the game. I wrote an article on it. When it launched, they had something like it was called a persistent timer, where you would go into a mission, right? And it's not like a traditional survival experience where everything's open and you just kind of survive as long as possible. You had these expeditions or missions that you would select. You'd go to the planet. You'd have a timer that was persistent, meaning like when you logged off, you turned the game off, turned your computer off, the timer was still going. So if you went on vacation or you forgot to go back into the game, that timer was still running. And if you don't leave the mission in time, you lose all your progress. You lose all your stuff.
That sounds horrible. Why is that a positive?
Yes. It's not a positive.
Oh, I thought you were saying that was a good thing about it.
No, they changed it. So the community, that's why it's getting mixed reviews, because when it launched, that was a mechanic, right?
Okay.
So the community, of course, they slammed it. They shit all over it. They said, this is stupid. I can't leave the house. I can't go do anything else. I got to sit and watch my timer and make sure I get off the ship and, or, get back on the ship to go, and, so they changed it and they have no timer. No, they do have a timer, but it's not persistent. So it's only when you're logged in. It's not like, when you close the game, the timer's not running.
Matt with 1T or only 1T says No Man's Sky was a decent survival game, kind of against what we're saying. That was actually kind of fun, but I don't think that's so. super survival, because you're not doing like build crafting. You're more like building.
Yeah, I think No Man's Sky was a great game for what it was. I wouldn't necessarily. It is a survival game, I would say, but it wasn't. It's more sandboxy to me than a few of these others. A little bit less hardcore than some of these. Like Icarus is definitely going to be.
I think that one's more on the exploration. No Man's Sky.
Yeah, for sure.
So Icarus looks like. I'm sorry, I'm jumping all over the place because I see it on my screen. This Icarus game, it looks like that game Elix I keep talking about.
Yeah.
You should play that game.
Yeah.
Because it's very similar to this, because it's like that. It looks like a mix between like old medieval with sci-fi, and that game does that perfectly. And this definitely has a vibe of that. And then there's like desert outland, like the screenshots look straight out of Elix, which is a different type of game, but I have to find a way to slide that game into every conversation because it's just such a good game to play.
Yeah, No Man's Sky was kind of on the same thing as Icarus. No Man's Sky, we all know, started really
that
really
was
bad.
Horrible bad.
But they really got really good. I still go back to it to this day on the PS5.
So is this? But this game is Icarus is the one you recommend? I know I've asked 8 questions since then.
Yeah, if you were going to get into survival, that one's well worth it. They do have an open world mode. You don't have to do missions at all. You can just drop right in and build whatever you want and survive on.
Are these games fun to play alone, or is it you need people? Because I don't have any friends that play this stuff, so that's I always worry. It's like I do it by myself. Am I gonna just be? Is it not really fun alone?
I mean, it depends what you think of survival games, really.
Do you ever play them alone, or do you always play with people?
Yeah, I play them alone. Yeah.
Okay.
So just depends on
I'm a loser like you. I guess I can do it.
Yeah. I want to play survival games. No, it's fun. I think you'd enjoy it. And if you were going to spend $30 on a game, and if you told me like, should I spend $30 on Icarus or should I spend it on Sons of the Forest, I would 110% say Icarus.
Okay.
It's a finished, well, not finished. They're still adding updates and stuff, but it is a
more
polished and more finished product.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, I see the recent reviews say mostly positive, so I think what you're saying
they've changed it. They've turned it around.
Mixed. Mostly the last 30 days, 500 people say it's mostly positive.
And they listen to the community, and that's a big deal. They listen, they pay attention, they make changes, and you can't really ask more. So I think it's a solid game. It's well worth $35. that they're asking for it. They dropped the price, I believe. I think it was a $60 game at some.
Wow. Well, if it drops to like 15, I'm in.
It's got to go lower. Listen, you went from 60 to 30, but
we're getting there.
We need you. We need you
We're
to go down.
Trying to sell me on the survival series. All right. Any other games you play?
No, that was it. That was.
I can't believe you didn't play Hogwarts though.
Did not play Hogwarts this week.
What is Icarus First Cohort? What is that? Is that the game or is that something else?
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, I see it. I see it here for $17.79. I think I might buy this then. All right, look at me doing online shopping on live. Isn't that great? Everybody else should buy this and play with us.
Why not?
Discord. All right.
I mean, if we get some more people in the chat, you'll have some people to play with.
That's true. Matt with only one T. What do you like to play? You like No Man's Sky? It sounds like. And we'll just.
Yeah, he said it was a decent survival game, and like I said, I agree. I definitely agree.
I haven't played that game in forever. I know they added VR support, which was something I thought was kind of neat, but I'd probably get sick. So.
The VR was decent.
Have you played? Okay, last thing about survival. 7 Days to Die. Is that a survival game too?
So yes, technically it's a survival game. I enjoyed it when it had its time. Okay, I think it's old a little bit. For me, it's run its course. I did everything I wanted to.
Okay. Did you play?
You can do a lot of stuff with the AI.
Did you play that?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's one I played that I liked. You should check that out. Okay. Anyways, moving on. So you played nothing really but games. So I played Hogwarts Legacy. I guess there's not much to talk about if you didn't progress too much, but I got to level 25.
Okay.
I've done a lot of side quests.
Probably right around where I'm at. I think I'm like 19 or.
Yeah, so I've started to over level from where I think I am, and I started to kind of venture out further. I got on my broom and I just started getting all the waypoints, and there are a ton of them. Like, and they do such a good job by just putting stuff.
You got the broom.
Yeah.
You've had the broom, or you just got the broom?
No, I've had the broom a bit now. I just got Alohomora, the lock spell. I actually
I got that. Yeah.
I got the game bugged out on me though, and it really pissed me off because when I got the spell to unlock doors, Alohomora, you have a quest, and the very first quest you do, it tells you to unlock the door into like the faculty tower. So I went in, and it did not count me doing that. So I went in the tower, and I went up and down and did everything, and then it kept telling me that was the quest I had to do. But then I was like, all right, well, I saved my game, and I'm like, let me just cancel the quest and start over. And I would do that, but I would lose all of my progress, so I'd have to start from the very beginning again. So I did it like 3 times. I restarted the PS5, I did all this, and I just had to start over. And I wasted like almost an hour of gameplay because I was like detailing going through there. So I was a little pissed about that, but I had to just go and redo it again. But it really glitched big because there's a ton of like teachers and like the older students that are like police, whatever those things are called, roaming around. So I have to like avoid them. Yeah, so they weren't there the last time it bugged so bad. I was just running free. So yeah, playing that. The game's still good.
I haven't run into any bugs like that.
That was the only time I've had any issue with it. But I usually run into a bug in every game.
I don't think
bad luck, Kevin.
I don't think my wife is in it. She hasn't told me.
No,
she's not like a huge gamer.
She probably wouldn't even know.
She like, this is normal. Do cows fly like that in Hogwarts? I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny if you talk to non-gamers, they just like they don't think that that's out of the ordinary, that weird stuff happens.
Yeah. Am I supposed to glitch through that door?
I did
without the spell.
I did pick up Octopath Traveler 2. That came out a couple days ago.
That's something I'm actually curious about. So you need to.
Have you played the first one?
Yes. We need to talk about changes here because I didn't pick it up, and I'm actually curious to see.
So I didn't start it yet. I hate games like this where you have a lot of big decisions to make right off the bat, and I get really nervous. So you get to choose between, for those who don't know what this game even is, it's 8 different storylines that all kind of cross paths at points, and you can kind of pick and choose how that happens. But at the beginning of the game, you choose one character to start off with, and you're with that character through the whole game until you beat the game, and then you get, I think, 2 other people with you in your party. So you eventually can have other people, but you're always going to have one in there. And I'm having a hard time trying to decide which one character I want to have with me, because each of them is very different. They have different class abilities and powers and strengths and weaknesses. So
Sure.
I went back to the original game and I started off with the merchant. I don't remember why I picked the merchant. I think I just picked blindly, and I think I regretted it, but I can't remember. And I'm thinking of picking the scholar, who's like the wizard magician type of this one, first, but I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place. So I literally have picked the game up twice. Like last night, I was laying in bed. I brought my Switch up. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start playing it. And I'm looking at all the characters. I'm like, I have to do more research. So then I ended up picking up my phone and reading about each one separately. And everybody says they recommend the warrior first because he's the most balanced and easy to do with everybody. But he's probably like the least enticing, exciting wise for me. So I don't know. But back to your point, changes between this one and the previous one. There's not a lot that I've really realized is that different. The 8 classes are the exact same. I think that there's a lot more to do with the subclasses in this one. I think I know that there's a day and night cycle, and that ties into it. I think they have a word for that. There's some type of thing where at nighttime there's like different abilities they can do. So they've pushed that a little more, but it does seem more of the same. Which actually in a game like this I don't mind too much, because so
it's just a little bit more complex in the class system.
Yeah. So it's still pretty
the core
similar.
gameplay of the first,
which is okay. Like I said, I thought the first one was pretty damn
I can
good
respect
game.
that. Yeah.
Which is kind of neat. God, this chair is so uncomfortable. So I will hopefully have a report on that next week, and then I'm still working on Breath of the Wild little by little. I'm like just like pulled thin between all these games I'm trying to finish now. The last game I did play was the demo for Sea of Stars. I did finally finish. I wrote up a preview review on it, and I was pretty favorable about the game overall, but I don't think I liked the demo. I thought it was good, but I just don't think it represented the game exactly the way I think it wants to, because it seems like they gave you a small dungeon to explore where the world in the game is supposed to be this huge open world. So I would play the demo at least for a few minutes to try the combat, because that was pretty fun, but I'm excited to play that game when it comes out, I think in August.
Yeah, there's your demo right there.
So yeah, that was fun. All right. Let's talk about some of the news. I was like out of breath from talking so much.
There's a lot to talk about. Like a lot happened over the last week.
Yeah, so let's start off with the latest stuff from today, because that's kind of fresh on everyone's brain. About Pokemon Presents Nintendo
Pokemon Presents the Sleepy Creepy.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just
Sleepy Creepy.
I'm looking at some articles here kind of describing a lot of what went on. They opened up with wait, what was the first thing they had? Because this is on the wrong order. There's so many people that also have written about it, but what was the first thing they talked about? Where'd it go?
You had something where they talked about an order?
Yeah, we
watched it live.
I know, and I'm trying to remember what it was, the first thing. I guess I could just I'll link to the YouTube video. Okay, so I'll just go in the order here. Oh, Pokemon World Championship. That was it.
Pokemon World Championship.
Yeah, that was kind of neat. It talks about like Pokemon Unite.
The TCG for those people.
Card game. It dealt with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Any type of battle in their esports scene, which is not the most well-known thing, but it exists, I guess.
Most people are just collecting the cards at this point, like me,
and selling them.
And sell. Well, I keep them. You sell later. No, I don't play the game.
You should play it. It's pretty fun.
I just collect the cards. I might get into it. But we'll see. I was never
cool. I get you. The next thing was actually probably my favorite announcement from the whole thing. Or at least one of the next things. I don't know if it's the right order. But they introduced this thing called Pokemon Trading Card Game Classic. And it's like a re-release of the original Pokemon cards. I don't know what cards they showed off. A couple decks being played and battled, and like an actual arena that looks like it all comes as one kit. With like Charizard, Bulbasaur, Venusaur, Charmander,
All the
Blastoise. It's all the
originals.
original starters. I'm sure there's more with it, but I'm assuming it's just pre-made decks using those cards. But that would be a lot of fun. So
Yeah.
I am
It says
most
they
interested in
included
that.
pre-constructed decks and gameplay accessories.
So that would be fun. I definitely have a lot of memories playing those games.
Maybe that's how I get into TCG part of it.
Maybe you could.
I buy a pre-constructed deck, right?
You got to teach your kids now. I mean, daughter's perfect age for this.
Yeah, she is.
I'm teaching mine as quick as I can. She doesn't even know how to crawl.
Tomorrow,
yet.
she already knows.
She's already got a
Bulbasaur.
That was her first word. How'd you know? So that was announced. Not much info on it. Just as more information to be revealed later. Then Netflix has a deal now with Pokemon, which I don't know.
Let's just skip over this next part.
It's kind of
I know what you're going to go into.
It's called Netflix's Pokemon Concierge. So that was something. They had a Psyduck.
Okay.
It didn't look bad, but it's like a claymation Pokemon thing. It just doesn't.
It's not for me either. I don't like that style that much.
Pokemon
a lot
are
of people
meant to be
do.
Fighters, not on a beach. I don't know.
A lot of people like that style. So
yeah, well, I'm not one of them. Then Pokemon Unite had a pretty big update, talking about the Pokemon from Pokemon Sword. I think that one is Zakon. I can't say it. It's the dog with the sword in his mouth. This stupid Pokemon. So that's coming out. Nobody really cares. Let's be real. Pokemon Cafe Remix. I don't.
Does anybody play Pokemon Unite anymore?
I will pick it up every once in a while. I can't say I never do.
Like maybe on the toilet when.
No, like if I'm sitting in my office and I'm bored, I'll pick it up on my Switch and play. But I usually just go because I want to see what Pokemon were added, and then I go, "Oh, that was cool," and then I stop. Then Pokemon Cafe Remix. I'm going to talk about that. That nobody cared about it. And then the weirdest, strangest part of this whole
I thought you were going to skip over this.
No, this part just gets weird. Pokemon Sleep, which has been like a rumored thing people have been talking about for quite a while, and it's here. And they show this trailer, like a full-length trailer of people going to bed and laying next to Pokemon, and they just look like disgruntled and like hungover. And I kept thinking it was like
hungover Pokemon.
It was like a Pokemon one night stand. Like everybody looked guilty and like it was awkward. I don't know what they were going for. I guess the app you can use on your phone and it does something where it tracks your sleep patterns.
So it's a sleep tracker. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Why do we need that?
Because they want to be a competitor with. They want you to buy this instead of using your Apple Watch or your whatever else you're going to use, whatever other device you're going to use. That's what they're doing. They
stupid.
They are releasing creepiest device.
It's creepy. It's dumb. Who is this for though? Who's just like, I can't wait to sleep with my Pokemon. There's probably a lot of people that would be okay with that. Let's be real.
I mean,
on top of it, they released a Pokemon Go Plus Plus, which is a device that connects.
It looks like a Pokeball.
This is an article written up by Polygon. It says the long-awaited Pokemon Sleep got a full-length trailer. A little like an alarm clock cross with Pokemon Go, a mobile game. This article is really wordy. Pokemon who tend to sleep the same way you do will show up in your game. Oh, yeah. They mentioned that. Like, if you have sleep patterns like certain Pokemon, they're going to show up. How do we know what sleep patterns Pokemon have? Like, where is that documented?
That's in the handbook.
Oh, boy.
Section 4.
So that was the thing.
8.
I don't know. Not for me.
That's weird. That stuff's got a little. It got weird.
It was creepy. I don't think you should.
The Pokemon Sleep thing, and then you have the button. You got the Pokemon Go Plus, which is a money grab, in my opinion. Yeah, they're just trying to. Oh, well, buy this device; it'll be more convenient for you because now you don't have to go to your phone and go into the app.
I will say, if you can get your hands on one of these Pokeball sleeping vibrator things, you should definitely buy one because they're going to be expensive as hell eventually.
Canceled.
We're getting canceled. Doesn't matter. Nobody's watching. We're just here for our own sanity.
Yeah, we're here for the views.
I actually put a view counter on our thing. We can all watch live. There's one person on Twitch watching and 3 people on YouTube. So, cheers to all of my friends watching live. The last update they had was a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet update, and not in the way we hoped. Like, hey, we're gonna have a patch that fixes the game that runs like ass. Instead, it's here's some DLC that we didn't want to include in the game that you already paid for.
Yep, and we're not going to address the bugs and the glitches in the game.
What the hell's a Paradox Pokemon? Why do I not know what that is?
Paradox Pokemon?
Paradox Pokemon. It says new Paradox Pokemon are coming in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Walking Wake and Shiny Bull.
That's just what they call the. It's not what they just call the Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. It's like a subgroup.
I didn't think they were called Paradox Pokemon, but the new Pokemon looks like Suicune. It like threw me off.
It's a subgroup though. It's just a group. Yeah, it's a subgroup.
Is this where I become a boomer and I don't understand Pokemon anymore? I don't know. Okay, yeah, they're coming. Some new Pokemon. There's 2 parts of it. There's Area 0, Part 1, and
yeah.
No, Part 1 of the DLC is the Teal Mask. Part 2 is called the Indigo Disc. The whole thing is called Area 0. That's what it is. And that's coming out later this fall and then this winter.
So yeah, you don't get the glitches and bugs. You just get DLC that should have been in.
Yeah, it's what it is. I don't know.
DLC. That's the way it is now. So
yeah. Anyways, I was hoping for Pokemon Arceus. Let's be real. That's what I cared about.
Yep.
DLC to a broken game is not what I wanted, but all right, moving on. Releases. It's the time of the month where we start to talk about the stuff that's coming out next month. And since we're not going to be on for the rest of September, but I'm hiccuping. This is a mess. This show's off the rails, guys. I don't even know what month it is. It's the end of February, beginning of March. So let's take a look at what's coming out in March. I almost said the other month again. I'm starting off at the front here. Don't see anything that looks good. First big game I see is Wolong Fallen Dynasty. Daniel, tell me about that.
I have no idea what this game is.
Okay, well, this is a game. I believe it's by
no idea.
Team Ninja game. Is that what it is?
Team Ninja.
Is that it?
Published by
it's a Koei Tecmo and Team Ninja. So this is
what is this
from the Ninja.
Hey Daniel, tell me about this game. Wulong.
It's from the people that did Ninja Gaiden and Neo, and Forspoken. It looks like. I think that might have been just a studio from it. I don't think that's the same developer.
It's not the same.
No, it's not. I don't know why it says. Oh, it's people also search for it. They tricked me. Yeah, this game looks okay. It's coming to Game Pass. I know that much. I don't know if it's for me. It might be fun to play for 5 minutes. That's about all I got.
I looked at it. Not my game.
All right. So there's Jurassic Pinball is coming out March 3rd.
Jurassic Pinball. That's a good toilet game.
That might be. That's coming out on the Series X and the PC.
That's not a good toilet game. It's not coming out for the Switch.
It does not say it is.
It's so strange. What is it? An Unreal 5 engine pinball game? What?
Pinball.
Why isn't it releasing
very seriously?
Why isn't it releasing for everything?
Halo. No, just kidding. That's just multiplayer shit no one cares about. Outlanders.
There's a big one.
Take a look at this one. Welcome to the Outlands, a faraway place where work is hard but rewarding. People dream big but stay grounded. Friends become settlements and friends become family and settlements become cities. This looks kind of good. It's labeled as 3D, city builder, and cute. Dan, do those things describe a game that you would like to play?
Oh yes.
No. This game does look
what are you? What list are you looking at?
I'm on releases.com.
Is this like?
Do you ever go to releases.com?
Yes.
It's the best website for game releases. This game looks good. It's a cute 3D stylized city builder. It's coming out in 7 days, man. Get on this. What the hell?
I like city builders. You know I like city builders.
The game looks good. You should take a look at it. Coming out March 7th. Let's keep looking.
Are you just going through this list? You're on March 7th already?
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of crap.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, there's a game.
I'm looking at movies.
I looked at this the other day. Yeah, go to games and just select games.
Holy moly.
There's a game called The Last Spell. I don't know if you've seen this.
I'm like looking at this list. I'm like, look at that. End of Days looks like a Unreal Engine 5 really took a turn. That looks realistic.
All right.
Oh, it's a movie.
A movie. It's a movie.
That's
There's
why
a game
so
called
good.
The Last Spell, and it says, what if, now get this, what if Final Fantasy Tactics, okay, hang in there, and Dynasty Warriors had an illegitimate daughter? This game is called The Last Spell. What do you think about that?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Maybe.
No. Maybe. This looks kind of cool.
No. Dynasty Warriors.
And Final Fantasy Tactics?
What's this game called?
The Last Spell.
The Last Spell.
Coming out on March 9th on PC, Switch, PS5, and the PlayStation 4.
I'm trying to figure out how to navigate this damn site. I can't do it. I'm looking at games that came out 2022 in March.
That's such a freaking boomer hanging out with me.
Boomer. So this is a top-down
tactical
looks like
game.
Vampire Survivors RPG.
Yeah.
That's what it is. That's exactly what it is.
I think it looks okay. All right, there's got to be something good coming out this month, right? Let's see.
I'm going to tell you what's coming out tomorrow. This is going to get a lot of people excited.
Wait, we're not supposed to go backwards. We're going forward here. What are you talking about?
No, you skipped over one of the most important releases that people are going to get upset if you don't talk about.
What is it?
Destiny 2's last expansion.
Oh, God damn it. Not this shit again.
It's coming out.
All we do is talk about this game.
Right. I lied to you earlier. You asked if I was playing anything else. I said I wasn't, and I lied. Because I have been playing Destiny. I have and we talked about it last podcast too. I had started it then, but I played a little bit this week too. I now have 60 something hours, and I'm still not maxed out and basically ending. But Lightfall is going to be a huge expansion for Destiny 2.
So are you ready to play this expansion? Like, you're where you need to be?
I'm ready. Yeah, I'll be a player. Yep, I'll play it. And like I said, this is actually a big deal for the people that like Destiny 2 and like the Destiny franchise. This expansion is going to be a big deal story-wise for them. I've had people tell me that they might cry.
Cry? Why?
Cry. Physically cry.
Why?
At the release of this. Because of the story. They're invested.
Ugh.
They are invested.
Okay, cool.
And, we have you played it? Have you played Destiny 2?
I have a long time ago, and
you need to play it again.
It made me cry, but in a different way.
You need to play it again. Give it another shot. I have been enjoying it there's some stuff that I don't like. We talked about it last podcast, so we're not going to go back. But I think they do a lot right as a looter shooter goes. You have to have that right mindset of, this is the game that I bought. This is the style and the genre of game, and this is what it does. It's not an RPG. It's not Skyrim. It's not an open world game. It's not that. It's a looter shooter. It's a spongy game where you have to shoot 1,000,000 bullets into your boss and he'll die eventually. It's one of those. It's one of those games that, why I like it is I don't have to think that hard when I play Destiny. I can just shoot stuff, have fun, blow some stuff up, use grenade launchers, use rocket launchers, use guns and stuff, whatever, and kill things, and I don't have to really think about what. And that's a thing. So
I believe you. I just it hasn't sold me on it yet. I keep saying I'm gonna try it, but
That comes out tomorrow.
It's such a huge download just to even get into it. It's like, meh.
It is.
I don't know if I want to invest this much hard drive space on it.
There is a
for
warning so that you
PS5.
can preload for anybody listening that is going to do this. Yeah, there might not be anybody. I don't care. I'm going to say it. They say don't preload the game Destiny 2 Lightfall because if you do, you're going to be locked out and you can't play the game until it actually launches. So it's a bug. Don't preload Destiny 2 Lightfall.
March 21st, Tichia comes out. Tichia.
You're like moving right along this Destiny.
TCHIA, a tropical open world adventure. This was shown during the what's it called? PlayStation Direct type thing. They have a name for it. I don't think it's called PlayStation Direct. It's called PlayStation Showcase, maybe. This game called Tichia. It's like a physics-driven sandbox game. I don't know if you've seen this. It looked.
Or is it just Chia?
Maybe it's just Chia. It looked okay. It looked like a very
it's cartoony,
fun game for a little bit, but it also looks very forgettable. It looks like a lot of those.
You get to jam out on a ukulele.
It reminds me of those like Microsoft games that come out that are very forgettable. They're very generic looking. Like it's not bad, but it just doesn't look like, oh, this is something I want to think about and I can't wait to play.
Yeah, like reused assets, generic,
it just
or
looks like
same old gameplay.
There's a game that I played on Game Pass Early Access that looks very similar on Xbox. Grounded looks like this, and then there's another one that's even like it that I don't know. Diablo 4 open beta is March 18th. It looks like.
That's gonna be pretty big.
That's for only 2 days though. It looks like 18th and 19th.
That's good enough for me.
17th is the Bayonetta Origins game, which actually looks pretty good. I don't know if you've seen that at all. That's definitely something that looks pretty interesting.
Looks good.
And there's not any big hitters in March. I kind of thought there'd be more. Oh, there's one.
Homeworld 3 is supposed to release in March, but I don't think it's going to. I think it's going to be pushed back a little bit. We already talked about Valheim being released for the Xbox.
Atelier Ryza 3, that's a pretty big series. I don't know much about it, but people like that game.
We talked about Dead Cells Return to Castlevania on a previous podcast too, and that's actually releasing in 6 days. So March 6th.
That's coming out quick.
Or 7 days. 7 days.
We're almost the end of the month here. Sorry, everyone's just dragging like, oh, this sucks. But Resident Evil 4 comes out March 24th. I think that'll probably be the biggest one of the month now that I see.
Yeah, but is that a remake or a remaster?
It's a which one is the one that is better?
Which is better? So that's the controversy, right? So
it's like they did for they did a Resident
Evil 2.
So a remake
is better.
Okay, it's a remake. It's
because they remake the game. They don't just
it's a remake.
Make it pretty and
they did the same thing they did with Resident Evil 2 and 3, and they did it with 4 now. So I'm excited for it. I don't know if I'll play it right away, but I would like to watch some gameplay of it. It's a game that I've always enjoyed, but I have played it many times.
I've played it on every system that you could probably play it on.
And
I'll probably play it again. Yep, March. What was the date?
I don't know. It's whatever I said before. I give up. I don't even remember. But yeah, that's what's going on. Nobody really cares. Most of this shit's gonna get delayed anyways. Let's be real.
Yeah,
we're all gonna be.
It's gonna be like we're all gonna be playing this stuff back in May.
Yeah,
we're gonna be talking about this like, oh, in May, Dead Cells and Lightfall are.
I don't know.
Cycling in the same games.
This show's just.
Or you're like, yeah, you're gonna be. It's gonna be like early access.
Ugh.
So.
I don't know.
Seems to be the new thing.
That's it. You got any other news stories over there you want to shout out at us? Because
that was it. That was happening this week. There's not a whole lot of big stories going on. We just
there was a game I want to talk about. It was the one new game that I want to talk about that I actually didn't play, but I've been hearing a lot about. Atomic Heart.
Atomic Heart. Yep.
Have you seen this game? It's a Game Pass game. We talked about this last week. A lot of people have been talking about it being a bit buggy and kind of a mess, but not horrible. And it's very average type of a game. It's like it tries to be a lot of different game, but it doesn't do anything very well. And it's kind of sad because this game was in development a very long time, and I feel like
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, I think Microsoft wanted this to be a pretty big game for them for Game Pass, but I think it really fell short with this.
It doesn't impress me enough for the price tag. I might be a buyer at half price or if it goes on sale.
But it's on Game Pass. Just go sign up for Game Pass for a month.
I don't even want it. I don't even want it. I don't even want to spend $1 because if you're new to Game Pass, you can get Game Pass for $1 for the first month.
Yeah, just use a shitty email for a bit then.
Just don't even play it.
You just pay $15 for for PC.
$30 I paid for Sons of the Forest. I'm not gonna even put this on my PC.
Just do a Steam return on that. Sucks.
I have Game Pass. I probably will download it. I haven't played it yet. Same like you. The reviews are kind of mixed. I've looked at gameplay. I've watched people stream it on YouTube.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
All right, should I buy this Icarus game?
All of our viewers are going to play with you, so better.
I think we have like one viewer.
You said you don't like survival games.
Yeah, but is this like, should I get it? Like, are you going to play with me or you're not playing with me?
I might.
You might? I don't want to buy a game and I might.
Lightfall comes out tomorrow. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to have time to go to the toilet.
Oh, that's why they make diapers, man. I'm looking at all these other games to get. I see a lot of Destiny stuff. CD Keys is hopping. There's all kinds of good stuff to get. You know what game I did want to play that we talked about a couple weeks ago, and it's something 3. I can't remember now. Where's the rest of our hosts? They're supposed to help me remember things we've talked about.
Yeah.
It was like 2 episodes ago. It had to do with magic. I don't remember. All right, I think we gotta kill it here.
Yeah, that's fine. We talked about new releases. We got all the stuff that was coming out. We talked about the Pokemon Presents.
With Pokemon Sleep, which we all can't wait for.
Pokemon Sleep. Everybody's pre-ordered it in this chat.
They're just so pumped.
Including the hosts. I paid extra. I got the Legendary Edition that does vibrate.
Oh, good. Yeah. They make a couples edition. You can use that.
Yeah, okay, that's it. All right, see you later, guys.
All right, well, thanks for listening and hanging out for the Buddy Show since everybody else bailed on us or wasn't able to make it, unfortunately. So definitely check us out at dotSlashGaming.com. We post articles all week, news, reviews, previews, and anything else we can think of during the week. We are also still looking for writers and content creators, so hit us up there. Tweet at us on at dotSlashGaming on Twitter, or find us on literally anything. YouTube, the website, email us. We got our info on there, and let us know you want to be part of us. Part of our crew. Part of us sounds kind of gross.
Part of us.
You'll be part of
One of us. One of us.
All right. It was good talking to you, Daniel. You have a good evening. And
you, sir, too. And see you later, everybody.
We need like a good sign-off tag.
Yeah, we need to
get back out there. Game harder.
This is real gamers with real opinions.
Put on your Pokemon Sleep thing and go to bed, you dirty little Pokemon. All right. Good night, everybody.
See you later.